Hey, it's Darius, and today I want to talk with you about the problem with high performance. Because I believe it's one of the main reasons of burnout in software engineering, both for the engineers and for managers alike. It all stems from the chase for outperforming others and yourself every day. Because what people don't get is career being a marathon rather than sprint. And in chase for performance, people forget about sustainability, about performance over time. And I've learned it through other topic. During my therapy, I've learned about the depression anxiety cycle. And thinking about high performance, it perfectly aligns with the burnout obsession cycle. So let's start at the bottom. I'm burned out. It's hard to wake up in the morning. I'm saying like, oh, it's another Monday. I need to get up to the office. And then eventually I regain my power. I'm getting step by step because I'm not delivering enough. So I want to get here. I want to get to the top. So what I do, I work harder. I put more pressure because if I work more, I will deliver more, my performance will get better. And I work, and I'm getting obsessed with delivering copious amount of work every day. And then I look back, like I was quote unquote disabled for a week. I haven't done anything. So I need to deliver more to compensate for that and catch up. Because the world moved on in that time. I'm getting even more obsessed with delivering more and more and more until I get to the high of obsession. And through working 16 hours a day, maybe more, I start getting tired. I start making mistakes. I make a mistake and I feel bad about it because it slowed me down. And this drives me down back towards depression. Because I continued feeling bad. Feeling bad started to get me demotivated. And at some point, I ran out of energy and I'm back in the depression cycle, back into burnout. And from there, what do? I will repeat the same thing again, just faster, stronger, because I need to catch up even more now, because now I have two instances where I messed up. And so on and so on and so on. And I see it in engineers all across the globe, and not only engineers. The performance is pushed for last 30, 40, 50 years all over the board. Everybody talks about it, how to build better software, better business, better relationship, and how to push harder. Because you look for the best hack to get straight to the top. So it's in human nature. And the more I progress on this path from burnout to obsession, two things happen. The process gets amplified because I need higher level obsession to catch up for the mistakes I've made. But higher level of obsession gives the opposite effect of lower level of burnout. So the highs get higher, but lows are getting lower. And what comes from that, the lows are becoming longer because those are not symmetrical in duration. Depression can last burnout. Burnout can last for a very long time, and you get one day where you feel great and then go back to burnout. So overall, going for obsession and high performance makes people worse. It makes engineers worse over time because it's harder and harder every time to get out of the bed to aim for performance. And eventually it leads to silent quitting because you lose any motivation to do things that don't work. It may take months, it may take years, it may take decades. Following this pattern always results eventually in quitting. Okay, so now you know how to burn out, but what can you do? What I did after I learned this pattern is first, I've decided to lower the intensity, to not go for high performance, just performance will do. And I'm perfectionist. It was one of the hardest decisions in my life to go for 70% rather than 110. Lowering the extent how my burnout obsession fluctuates. The second thing, because I started from the burnout phase, is prioritizing progress over performance. To keep the intensity ramp up slower. It has two benefits. It's more natural and on its own lowers the intensity of the process. Second, because the recovery is slower, I got more time to realize on the slow incline when I'm hitting the performance boundary. And then when I did, I stopped myself from overworking. So no 20 hours days, no thinking, intentional rest, exercise, other hobbies, work can wait. So in case you are in the obsession side of the cycles right now, one thing you can do is to say, stop. No, I'm not doing this today. I will take some time for myself. And it is very difficult. It is very difficult thing to do. If you are over 30, if you are like me, nearly 40, and have 20 years of experience in pushing hard, it takes real courage to say, no, I will rest. I will go to bed early. But this will put you down more to the balanced state where you have more energy the next day. And from there, we can start talking about high performance again. Because now you're performing consistently. You know, all the content creators talking about consistency. That's where consistency comes from. Because you're not dipping down into depression. You're not dipping down into burnout. You can stay leveled, more like here. You stay leveled. So one day you do your job and take a rest, and another day you will have bad days. High performance is not about not having bad days, but you will have, for me, yesterday, day before I record that, I had bad day. I got swept into overthinking, actually about recording YouTube videos. And I had bad day. But it was intense, but it was very short-lived. Because all I want to do is to record video. So I had bad day. I allowed myself to have bad day because I know it's part of the deal. And now I'm recording today. Because recovering from bad day is easier than recovering from clinical depression, which burnout can lead to. And over time, as you stay consistent, you start getting higher and higher performance because you'll be able to do more in this smaller amount of time. Because high performance is not, it is the amount of work you can do during the day. Yes, it 100% is. Only thing, if you look at high performance on like upper echelons, look like all the billionaires, Bezos, Musk, Buffett, they are not working 16 hours a day. They are not working 20 hours a day. They are getting all the things done in 4 hours. They are getting the same things done in 4 hours that others do in 20. But it doesn't happen in a day. This comes from experience, from mastering your skills, and you can squeeze greater results in shorter time. But to do that, you need to practice. And to practice, you need to stay consistent. And to stay consistent, you need to keep your levels balanced so you can stay on top of your game for the longest of time. So that's the paradox of high performance. High performance is built on the shoulders of low performance days. It's built on the shoulders of normal performance days. And it's not obsession. It's not hacks. It's not instant gratification. It's a path you need to take one day after another until you achieve the high performance. And if you want to learn more about high performance, burnout, and other psychological factors that make software engineering better, remember to like, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!